Picture this. You're a 79-year-old hermit. Your entire life is prayer and solitude in a mountain cave in Italy. You've escaped the world and all its noise. Then suddenly, a group of cardinals and kings arrive, kneel before you, and force you to accept the most powerful position in Christendom, the Papacy. That's exactly what happened to Pietro del Morrone. And what he did next changed history forever. This is the story of someone who absolutely did not want power, but was forced to take it precisely for that reason. And the decision he made next was something that hadn't happened for 700 years. The year is 1294. The Catholic Church is in chaos. It's been 2 years without a pope. The cardinals in Rome are busy arguing, politicking, and backstabbing. This leadership vacuum appalled Pietro, the hermit in the mountains. He writes a letter of rebuke, a simple note scolding them for playing games with the church. Then the unthinkable happens. The cardinals read that letter and elect him as the new pope. Their logic? He was uncorrupted by politics. He was a symbol of holiness and simplicity. They needed a symbol, and he was it. So, the 79-year-old Pietro del Morrone tries to run away. He hides among the rocks, but they find him. Under immense spiritual and political pressure, he finally agrees. On July 5th, 1294, he is crowned Pope Celestine V. He enters the city on a donkey, escorted by 2 kings. The crowds cheer, but behind the splendor, Celestine quickly realizes he has made a terrible mistake. He is a man of prayer, not politics. The complex legal language of the Roman Curia confuses him. He longs for silence, not the constant crowd of advisors, petitioners, and schemers. Corrupt officials take advantage of him. He signs documents he doesn't understand. Within weeks, he grasps a bitter truth. The papal throne was not his spiritual calling. It was a trap. Then, Celestine does something that hadn't been formally done for centuries. He researches canon law. He consults church lawyers, and he issues a revolutionary formal decree. A pope has the right to resign. This is a historic moment. Previous papal resignations had happened under murky, often forced circumstances. Celestine wanted it clear, legal, and unambiguous. 10 days later, on December 13th, 1294, before a stunned gathering of cardinals, Pope Celestine V solemnly removes his papal vestments, returns his ring, and resigns. Papacy lasted just 5 months. He tries to return to his cave, but his successor, Pope Boniface VIII, won't allow it. Fearing Celestine could become a symbol of opposition, Boniface imprisons him in a castle. The hermit who only wanted solitude spent his final years in a small room, dying at age 81. For centuries, his act was controversial. Dante, in the Divine Comedy, even placed him in hell, condemning his great refusal as cowardice. But was it really cowardice? Or was this actually the height of courage? It takes extraordinary strength to admit you're in over your head. It takes wisdom to see that your presence is doing more harm than good. It takes profound humility to walk away from the most powerful position in Christendom and say, I am not the right person for this. He proved one thing. Leadership is not a life sentence. If you cannot serve well, stepping aside isn't failure. It's the ultimate responsibility. And his legacy didn't disappear. That decree slept for 719 years. Then, on February 11th, 2013, the world was stunned when Pope Benedict XVI announced his resignation. His reasons: declining strength and the demands of the modern age. He explicitly invoked the precedent set by Celestine V. Benedict became the first pope in nearly 600 years to use the right established by that hermit. So, what's the lasting lesson from Pietro del Morrone, Saint Celestine V? He isn't remembered as an effective pope. His reign was brief and chaotic. He is remembered for his profound self-awareness, for choosing the well-being of the church over his own ego. In a world obsessed with power, prestige, and position, his story is a breath of fresh air. He reminds us that sometimes the most powerful act is letting go of power. That true leadership includes knowing when to lead and when to step aside. What do you think? Was Celestine V's act a failure or a triumph of humility? In your own world, work, politics, or community, when should someone persevere? And when should they say, "This isn't for me"? Share your thoughts below. This 700-year-old story is still deeply relevant for us to discuss today.